So, children, let us do the new chapter of literature, The Elves and the Shoemaker. So, it is a story, and let us read what happens in the story. Long, long ago, in a far-away land, lived a shoemaker. His name was Rex. His wife's name was Rosie. One day, Rex was making shoes. He looked sad. His wife entered the room. "This is my last piece of leather. We have no money left. We will have to go hungry tomorrow." So Rex said to his wife that this is the only last piece of leather which is with them. After this, they have no money to get more leather. So tomorrow they will have to go hungry. "God will help us. Do not worry, dear." So Rosie said that don't worry, God will do something and God will help us. So they both lived in a small house and they both used to make shoes of leather and earn a living. So let us see what happened next. When Rex woke up next morning, he got a surprise. "Rex, Rosie, a new pair of shoes." "Rosie, they are lovely. I knew everything would be all right." Rex sold the shoes and bought some leather and food with the money. He cut the leather for 2 pair of shoes that night. In the morning, he found 2 stitched shoes in the room. The next night, he cut the leather for 3 pairs of shoes, then for 4, and so on. Every morning he found stitched shoes in the room. A few days passed by. One night Rex and Rosie saw 5 elves coming into their house, dancing and singing. So, children, what happened when they were sad and they had only one last piece of leather with them? So next morning, when Rex got up, he saw a new pair of shoes. And he sold those shoes in the market and got some new leather and food with that money. So again, he cut the leather for the pair of shoes and kept it. And morning, he found the stitched shoes. Another day, he cut the leather for 3 pairs of shoes and then for 4 pairs. So this thing kept on happening every day. He used to cut the leather for the pair of shoes and next day he used to find the stitched shoes in the morning. So one night after few days, Rex and Rosie, they saw 5 elves who came to their house and they were dancing and singing. So let's see what happened. The elves sat down to work and stitched all the shoes. As they worked, they sang. The elves finished their work and went away. So, children, Rosie and Rex used to see from the window that what is happening. So, what happened? The elves used to come and dance and sing, and while working, they used to sing the songs and finish their work, and then they went away. These are our friends. They have been stitching the shoes. So, Rex and Rosie came to know that these elves are our friends and they were only stitching the shoes from so many days. "We are the 5 busy elves. We like to help people in need because we want everybody to have enough to eat." So these elves, while making the shoes, used to say this. You can see the 5 elves are working together and making the pair of together. So Rosie said, "Such kind, helpful little people. I will make some clothes for them just to say thank you." So Rosie stitched new clothes for the elves. The next night, the elves were happy to find the lovely clothes in place of leather. They put them on and danced merrily. Rex did not need their help anymore. So, children, the story is finished. So, Rosie was very happy to see that such a little people and kind people came to their house and they used to help them in their difficult time. So, just to say thank you to them, she made some new clothes for them and they kept the clothes in place of leather that night. And when the elves came to stitch the shoes, they found new clothes for them and they were very happy to see. And they put on the new clothes and they danced merrily. So now Rex was happy enough and he had enough money and he did not need their help anymore. So, this is the story that we should help each other in the time of difficulty. When someone needs your help, you should always be ready to help them. So, now let us see what is the back exercises of this chapter. Here in A part, you have to write true and false for the following statements. Rex was a farmer in a village. It is false. Rex was not a farmer, he was a shoemaker. Second is every morning the shoes that Rex made were stolen. Second one is also false. The shoes were stitched next morning. They were not stolen. Number three, Rex and Rosie found out who their friends were. Yes, it is true. They found out that the elves are their friends. Six elves helped Rex by stitching the shoes. No, the answer is five elves. Elves helped. So again, this is a false statement. So false, false, true, and false. Only third one is true. Rest all the statements are false. So next page, question part B says answer these questions. So this you should know. There is no need to do this work in the written notebooks and in the fair notebooks. This is just to revise the chapter. Why was Rex sad? Because Rex had only last pair of leather left with him. So you can answer if someone asks you that why was Rex sad? Rex was sad because he had only last piece of leather to stitch shoes. Number two, what did Rex find when he woke up next morning? Rex found a pair of new shoes when he woke up in the morning. Number three, what did the elves do while they worked? The elves used to sing while they work. Number four is what did Rosie do to thank the elves? Rosie stitched new clothes for all the elves to thank them. So, in this way, these are the questions. You can answer them. Last one is fun with words. C part, fill in the blanks with the opposites of the underlined word. So, here four sentences are given and one word is underlined in each sentence. You have to give the opposite of that underlined word. First is Rex had a black coat. Rosie has a dash dress. So, opposite of black is white. Here you will write white. A rose bush is short, but a coconut tree is tall. So, coconut tree is tall. Opposite of short is tall. A lion is a big animal, but an ant is a small animal. Last one is a hare can run fast, but a tortoise is slow. So, children, this is chapter number 5 of your literature book.